going to work on a concept called retail architecture. If we finish this, that means our course is finished. This is like a climax of Rajamani movie. Half an hour, 45 minutes will be there. It's like that. Usually climax means 10 minutes. But from now onwards, whatever we work, we'll be working from this point of view, this theater architecture point of view. Understanding? So it's like I'm giving an example. If a woman, I'm giving an example. She can wake up at any time. She can go to office or she can go to movie. She can do anything, whatever she wants. But once she got married, once she has baby, observe every activity directly or indirectly related to baby. When she sleeps, when she wakes, what she eats, what she cooks, every activity directly or indirectly related to that baby. Understanding what I'm saying? Wherever she goes, she carries, she takes her baby also. Now we are like that. From now onwards, directly or indirectly, we'll be working in and around this concept, data architecture. Understanding? So we are going now. Our course is MERN. M means MongoDB, part of this. E means Express.js, which is also part of this. N means Node.js, which is also part of this. We have few more concepts in React.js, which also will be learning. Everything is related to this only. This takes, it's not a 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, not even 10, not even 15, maybe more than 50, maybe 20, maybe 25 also. It depends on. If the duration increases, number of sessions reduces. If the duration reduces, number of sessions increases. It's like that. This is the most important concept from now onwards. If you don't know anything, if you know this, you can manage. You know everything, you don't know this. Understanding? So knowing everything except a three-tier architecture is like having a body without a heart and brain. What is the use? You have nice fingers, nice legs, nice face, nice hair, no brain and no heart. What is the use? Exactly. You know everything except these things. It's gone. Got my point? So that is the importance of this. As I said, from directly or indirectly, we will be working from now on. What is three-tier architecture? We'll be learning so many concepts, new concepts, but as part of this. Okay. So what is three-tier architecture? Any idea? Client server database. What is that? It's like this. Now, can you tell me top 5 applications you use or top 10 applications you use? Instagram, WhatsApp, okay, Twitter, YouTube, Google, Telegram. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, another 4. Amazon, Flipkart, Hotstar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Netflix. Imagine these are the top 10 applications which you are using. Okay. Now tell me, out of these top 10 applications which you are using, which application works well without internet? Right? 10 applications, yeah. Which application works well without internet? None of the application works well without internet. Why internet is so important for these things? Now, just to give you an example, Amazon. Amazon is what we say, e-commerce app. Netflix, you take for example. How many movies Netflix has approximately? Maybe 1 lakh. 1 lakh will be there. Imagine each movie file size is around 1 GB. That means 1 lakh GB. How come that 1 lakh GB data available in your phone? You don't have that storing capacity. Do you have that storing capacity in your phone? What is the maximum storing capacity in your smartphone? 6 or 5 call, make it. Or 1 TB, make it. So basically 1 lakh is nothing but 100 TB. 1 lakh is nothing but approximately around 100 TB. Your phone has 100 TB space. Then how come any movie from Netflix you can see you have account sorry, through internet? That means your phone doesn't have the data. Your phone doesn't have the data. It is coming from somewhere through internet. That's what this means. Now let us see. Now this is your smartphone. You wanted to see any one of the movies in Netflix. You can list down all the 1 lakh movies. Whatever you click, that will be coming. But that the data is not in your system. That data is not in your system. It is in a separate system. We call it as a database. What? Database. Database actually stores data. Database actually stores data. So basically, your device connects to it and downloads the data and see it normally. Yes or no? But it's not like this. What actually happens? Internally, we'll be having one more thing. Internally, we have one more thing. This is like the smartphone. We have another thing called server. We have another thing called database. So basically, your smartphone communicates with the server through internet. Now this server will check your validity, whether you are a valid user or not, you have permissions or not, all those things check. And if it is valid, it communicates with the database. Dear database, give me this movie. This guy is authorized user. Then database gives that movie to the server. Server gives it to the device. And here that movie displays. That movie and comments and whatever it is, everything will be displayed. Understanding? This is how it actually happens. It's not only for movies, for anything. Now, you open YouTube and try latest movie trailer. You will get it. But your smartphone has that data? No. It is actually stored here. You are requesting to the server, dear server, please give me this trailer. kg of trailer. Now the server asks the database. Database is like Godot, stores all the data. Database. Database gives it to the server. Server gives it to the database. Here three components are there mainly. That's why it is called as the three component with three parts mainly. That's why it is called as three-tier architecture. Yes. For each application, separate database. Understanding? Now, whether you open YouTube or Netflix or WhatsApp or anything, this is how it works. This is how it works. And it is inspired. It is inspired from hotel. Inspired from hotel. Now, a customer comes and sits in the table and asks the waiter, "Dear waiter, please give me one masala dosa," for example. Now, waiter will have masala dosa. Then what will waiter do? Chef. Waiter goes to chef, asks, "Give me one masala dosa." Now, chef gives to waiter. Waiter gives it to client. Exactly the same. Exactly the same. Now, the customer will not have direct access to chef. Customer directly goes to chef and you don't order. That order will be given through waiter. Why waiter is required? Because some validation should be done, some checking should be done. Now, a customer goes to vegetarian hotel and asks, "Give me one chicken biryani." Understanding? See, I'll give you an example. Now, if a customer goes directly to the chef, chef goes to that customer goes to vegetarian hotel and enter into the chef room and asks, "Give me a chicken biryani." Now, what chef has to say? This is a vegetarian hotel, but you have to order veg food only. You have to order veg food only. Now another customer comes. He asks, "Give me kaya toast." What is this here? I don't know what is this. We don't have. Then someone will say, "I have eaten something in China. You just prepare and give it to me." He will say, "Arayar, why are you eating my head? My job is to cook the food, not answering to customers." Sir, that's why they keep a waiter in between. Now, in vegetarian hotel, the customer asks, "Give me chicken biryani." Will it be approaching to chef? No. The waiter itself says, "No, we don't have chicken biryani." Now he'll ask something called kaya toast. Waiter says, "No, no, no, we don't have kaya toast, paya toast. This is our menu. You see it and give me any one out of these things." So now burden on the chef is reducing. These are exactly the same purpose. That's the reason in hotels you don't contact the chef directly. You go through waiter only. If you really like food, you don't go to chef and say food is good. You tell to waiter, "Food is good." Tell to chef, he will tell it. Understanding? And hotels are there from how long? 10 years? 20? 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80? 80 years back also hotels are there. 80 years back, do we have computers? Nothing. No computer, no internet. So you can say this is inspired from that hotel concept. Customer, waiter, and chef. Got a point? That is called three-tier architecture. And We have different names here. We call it as the database. One of the time we call it as database. This is called server. You can also call it as middleware. And this is called client. What? Client. And in three-tier architecture, only one database will be there. Only one middleware or server will be there. Middleware or server both are same. Different terminologies. And multiple clients can have it. Multiple clients can have it. That means what? You take Netflix for example. Can you open Netflix through TV? Yes. Can you open Netflix through smartphone, iPhone, Android? Can you open Netflix through web? Yes. So Netflix supports multiple clients, like what? It supports TV, it supports iOS, it supports Android, it supports web. So Netflix has one database, one server, and 4 clients. What about YouTube? Can you open YouTube through web, iPhone, Android, TV? YouTube also has 4 clients. What about Facebook? Facebook supports TV also. Doesn't support TV. Only iPhone, Android, and web. You take BRN app. How many it supports? iOS, Android, not web. Pulse, only web, not iOS, Android. Understanding what I'm saying? This is three-tier architecture. This is how it works. So normally, customer facing is called as client. Whichever user interacts with, that is called as client. It's like a receptionist. Whoever comes, they will interact with receptionist first. Client is like receptionist. Client interaction. User interaction will be with clients. That is called client. Now, imagine I am a user of YouTube. I can interact with YouTube through browser. Browser is a client. I can interact with YouTube using iPhone. iPhone is a client. I can interact with Android. Android is a client. I can interact with TV. TV is a client. But I cannot interact with server, with YouTube directly. I don't have access to it. That is not client. I don't have access to it. That is also not. Understanding what I am saying? So three-tier architecture means one database, one middleware, but multiple clients. If it is a banking application, I can open it through iPhone, I can open it through Android, not TV, but ATM. So banking application also has 4 clients. Understanding what I am saying? People who can work on all the 3 tiers is called full stack developer. All the 3 tiers. Doesn't mean all clients. Doesn't mean all clients. Any one client, middleware and database is called full stack developer. Now we are actually trying to become a full stack developer. So we are actually working on in this area now. This is our browser. This is our server. This is our database. So normally from browser we will be sending the request to server, server to database, database to server, server to this. All these days we are working on in this area of browser. Whatever the work we do, we are opening through browser. Whatever the work we do, we are opening through browser. In coming sessions, we are going to work on this area, this area. Then you become full stack developer. Understanding? And if you want, you can develop for iPhone, develop for Android also. But anyway, as I said earlier, I will be sharing the recordings of those things. We have around 15 recordings. If you go through those recordings, you can develop for these things also. We will be covering this, this and these two we are covering through recordings. Understanding what I am saying? Okay, now we have worked on most of the concepts here, but still few are there. Now we are going to work on these things in future. Now what we are trying to learn, I wanted to learn how to communicate between client to server, server to database, database to client, server, server to client. That we wanted to learn. That is what the three-tier architecture means. That's what three-tier architecture means. Three-tier architecture means sending the request to the server from client, client to database, database to server, server to client. Understanding? Any confusion? Clear? Okay. Now let us go a bit depth into it. Let us go a bit depth into it. Now imagine this is your browser. This is your browser. Imagine it is Flipkart application. Flipkart is developed using React. Okay, this is our browser. Now in Flipkart, you will be having a search bar here. You will be having a search bar. You will search something called a smart home. You search something called smart. Normally in Flipkart, if you search for smartphone, what happens? It displays all the smartphones. But internally, what happens? This browser is sending a request to the server. This browser is sending a request or order. Request only. You go to hotel and ask, hey, bring one masala dosa. What happens? You may not respond properly. The way you respond like that. You have to ask politely, boss, give me one plain dosa, what happens? Here also it is this request, not order, not command. It's not like that. So we have to send a request to the server. Now server, according to the requirement, will connect to the database. Connected to the database. Now database sends the data to the server. Server gives it to the client. So basically, we are sending the request. We are getting the response. Server communication is nothing but sending the request and getting the response. Sending the request and getting the response. Any confusion in it? Clear? So client will send the request to the server and the server will communicate with the database and gets the data. That is not in our control. That is not in our control. That will do automatically. For now. That will do automatically. Understanding? So what is our responsibility? We will be sending a request. We will be sending a request to server. Server will respond it. Where server gets the data from database. That is their internal mechanism. So we have to send the request. We will be handling the response. We have to send the request. We will be handling the response. Now you go to supermarket or a toy shop, for example. You go to a toy shop. You have asked for a toy. If that toy is there within that shop, they will be giving. The toy is not there. If it is there in their godown, they will be sending some person get that. That is not our responsibility. Our responsibility is not. Please give me the toy and give the money. That's request and response. Got a point? Now, what are we going to learn? We are going to learn how to send the request, how to handle the response, how to send the request, how to handle the response that we are going to learn. And to send the request, we need internet. Why we need internet? Imagine if you are in Hyderabad, sitting in your computer and through browser. This server is in US. This database is in Russia. I'm giving an example. How do you communicate from Hyderabad to US? Through internet only. That's why internet is mandatory. So once you send the request, server receives it, server communicates with the database and gets the data according to the request and gives it to the client displays it to the user. Understanding what I'm saying? Any confusion? And now we'll be going a bit to detail in it. Now, if you go to hotel, you will ask what you want for waiter. But majority of the times we ask for food items. But not only food, we'll ask other things also. We can ask them, can you please bring the bill? Can you ask them, you can also ask them where is the hand wash, or you can ask them where are the restrooms. Got a point? You can ask them what is the price of your product item. It's not only food. Other things also you can ask. In the same way, here we are sending the request. There are different types of requests. What are those things? We have something called get request. What? Get request is there. Post request is there. Put request is there. Batch request is there. Delete request is there. How many types of requests we are sending? We can send 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 types of requests we can send. Actually, you can send so many types of requests also, but these 5 are the most common. Put, beautiful. So we can send get request, we can send post request, we can send put request, we can send batch request, we can send delete request. What exactly get request means? Get request means we are telling to the middleware, or we are telling to the server, dear server, I wanted to get data from the database. That's what get request. Get request means what? Get the data. Please give me some data from database. That's what get the request means. Now you go and ask in YouTube KGF trailer. That means you are sending the get request. That means what? Get some data from the database. Get request means getting the data. Post request means sending the data. If you wanted to get something, use get request. If you wanted to send something, use post request. Now if you create a sign up form, if you fill the sign up form and submitting it, you are sending your details. That is post request. You wanted to upload your own video to YouTube. That is post request. You wanted to see some videos. That is get. Get means getting from the database via middleware. Post means sending to database via middleware. Understood get or post. And the next is delete request. Delete request is we are telling to the database delete this via server, via middleware. Now you have uploaded a few videos and one you wanted to delete it. Delete request. Understanding that is delete request. And we have one more is the put or patch. Both are useful for updating the existing data. You wanted to change the password. Already password is there. You wanted to change it, update it. You can use put or patch. I'll tell you in detail what is put or patch in depth at that. Put is also useful for updating. Patch is also useful for updating. The little difference is there. That difference is correct. Understanding? So basically, in three-tier architecture, client will send the request. It can send multiple types of requests: get request, post request, put request, patch request, delete request. Put get means we are telling get the data from the database via server. Post means sending the data from client to the server, like uploading the videos, uploading the photos, sign up forms, and all are post only. Delete means deleting. Understand? For example, if you send an email, that is post. If you delete an email, that is delete. If you open the email, you are getting that email, that is get. You change the password of the email, that is update, like put or patch. All emails are part of your system or server? Server. Understanding what I am saying? There are other types of requests are also there, but these are most common. These are most common. See, you go to grocery shop. Why? To purchase something. Yes or no? But you can go to the same grocery shop for change also. I'll give you 500 rupees, you give me 100 rupees. Can be done. But the majority purchasing only people do. It's like that. There are different types of requests are also there. But majorly this. Getting it from the server, getting it from the database by a server, or sending it, or deleting it, or updating. Understanding? You have created your Pulse account using create account. That is post. Understanding? You are uploading your task. That is post. Understanding? You are whenever you logging it into it, it is showing some data, your picture, your name, and all that is get. If there is an option to change the password, that is the put or patch. If you wanted to delete anything, that is the delete. Of course, we are not using delete type of patch now. Understanding what I am saying? Understood what is request and how many ways of sending the request. And we will be getting the response from the server by collecting the data from the database. And the response, imagine I have sent the request to get the last 100 transactions of my bank account. So that is the get request. And now the server will be responding. That is the response. That is the response. Yes or no? Now, they are sending the response. Imagine this client application can be developed using HTML, CSS, JavaScript. See, even though we use React JS, that is generating HTML, CSS, JavaScript. So you can develop it using React JS also. That is generating this one. Now this middleware can be developed using either Java or .NET or PHP or Python. Likewise, there are multiple programming languages out there which you can use. This database can be developed using Oracle, MS Access, MySQL, DB2. Understanding what I'm saying? Okay, now imagine you have asked, please send me the last 10 transactions from your mobile web banking, internet banking. Now server receives the request. Now server communicates with the database. Database gives the data to the server. Now server has to send it. Now server sends the data. Server is developed using PHP. Now last 10 transactions means they will put it into an array and they will send. Because the server is developed using PHP, they will send PHP array. Our JavaScript can understand that PHP array. No. JavaScript can understand JavaScript only, no PHP. Understanding then how do we handle? Okay, for example, I have sent the request using iPhone. Now the server is sending the response in PHP. Now iPhone cannot understand PHP. It can understand a programming language called Swift, not PHP. Not PHP. Then how the client understands? Convert to what? This is the problem. Now server is developed. Server can be developed either using Java, .NET, or PHP, or Python, whatever. But our clients cannot understand those languages because our clients are using different languages. Understanding. Just to give you an example. Now, for example, Modi, Prime Minister, he wanted to have a conversation with the Sri Lanka president. This guy knows Singhali. This guy knows Hindi. If they both meet together, which language they use? Why English? Yes, translators are required, but usually people use English. Common language. English is a global language where every country can understand. Exactly the same thing. See, you know Telugu. I know Telugu. Then why I am teaching in English? Don't we have respect on Telugu? That's why I am teaching in English. Then why I am using English? There might be certain people in your batch may not understand. May not understand. So basically, not everyone can understand. That's why I have to use a language everyone can understand. Exactly the same thing. If we send the request and if the server is responding, they cannot send the response in Java or .NET or PHP or Python. They have to send the response in such a way that every technology should understand. So W3C has created a rule that JSON is the common format every technology can understand. What? Every technology can understand. If the server sends the response in JSON format, every technology can understand. That is a W3C rule that every technology must support JSON. Understanding what I'm saying? That's why they'll send the response in this format. So our browser can understand it, iPhone can understand it, Android can understand it, TV can understand it, ATM can understand it. Because there is a rule that every technology must support JSON. Understanding what I'm saying? That is the reason they say. That is the reason they say. Understanding what I'm saying? Complicated. So we'll be sending the request to database or middleware. Middleware. Middleware, what exact middleware does? Validates. Validates and one second this. So basically, we will be sending the request to the middleware. Middleware validates and communicates with database, and database sends it data to the server middleware. Understanding what I'm saying? See, I'll give you an example. You are like a client. Your dad is like a server, database. Your mom is like a server. Now, you want a bike. You don't ask your father directly. Mom. All my friends are using bike. Okay. Then your mom tells to dad, it wanted to purchase a bike. Then father, okay, calculate everything. Then he say yes. Then mom tells to kid, okay, your bike is approved. Understanding what I'm saying? Then you really liked that bike a lot. Then you start asking, mom, bike is really good. Now I want an aeroplane. Now what your mom asks to your mom says to dad. She knows that is not going to happen. So mom says, if you really want an airplane, first sell this bike. Let us see airplane about next. Understanding what I'm saying? It's like server middleware, basically filtering it or protecting it or validating it. Understanding what I'm saying? You go to pizza shop and you ask to give me one plate idli. The person who takes your order will tell to chef. No. Directly say, yeah, this is pizza shop here. If you want idli, okay, next there is one more is there. You can eat it there. Here we sell only pizzas. That for those kind of things it works. In retail architecture, all the three should be there. No direct. Server client cannot access database directly. Understanding what I'm saying? Clear? Now, in our next session, we will start learning how to send the request. How to send the request. Once we send the request, how to handle the response. We'll be getting the JSON format that should be converted into JavaScript. Should be converted into JavaScript. Understanding what I'm saying? See, if someone tells you, give me some water in English, Now that passes to your brain. Your brain translates that into Telugu. Water means Neeru. Then you start using. The other person says to you, bring some water. In Chinese, what do you give water to him? No, you listen to it. Your brain unable to translate it. You are asking, what you? They will be sending us in JSON format because that is universal format. Every technology supports it. Why every technology supports it? Because W3C created the rule. W3C created the rule. This RTA has created a rule that any vehicle must have fuel tank. It should accept only petrol and diesel only. No kerosene, no cooking oil. It's not like now they are allowing for electric also. Standards they have created. Here also, because people are facing problems, they have created this list. It's like mobile number portability here. TRAI has created the rule, everyone is following it. Exactly. So next, what we will try, I'll click on a products button. I'm giving an example. Click on products button. I wanted to display products. Giving an example. But those products are not with us. The products are here in database. So we'll be communicating to the server. Server communicates with database and gets the products and gives it to us in JSON. That will be converting into JavaScript. Understanding what I'm saying? That we will try. So how to create a button we already know. But how to send the request we don't know. That will be. Once we get the response, how to handle the response, how to convert it to JSON from JSON to JavaScript. That will be the step by step. Again, right now we are working on this and sending it a request and response. But in future we'll be working on creation of this and creation of this. Understanding? I'm giving an example. Have you heard about an actor called Yash? Yash is just an actor. That means he's like client in a way. But have you heard about an actor called Rishabh Shetty? He's actor, director, producer. He is full stack. Got a point. Rishabh Shetty is a full stack. Kamal Hassan is also full stack. Understanding? Mahesh Babu? Mahesh Babu only client side only one thing. Mahesh Babu. Producer. No, yes, you are right. He is producing also. We have an actor called Advishesh. That guy? Actor, director, producer also. That guy is also full stack. As of now, you are like an actor. Only one client we know. In future, we will be working on all. You become full stack. Probably in a couple of weeks, you can become full stack. This takes more time here. This takes more time. These things won't take much time. Because for everything we need JavaScript. We already worked on JavaScript. We have learned JavaScript through client. So here and here we can use it. Therefore it takes less time. Understanding what I am saying? Understood overall what is theta architecture? Okay. We'll be learning different concepts. It's the name of this theta architecture. See, it's the name of forms. We have learned so many concepts. Forms are different, functions are different. But with the help of forms, we have learned functions. Forms are different, variables are different, but with the help of forms, we have learned variables. Yes or no? Regular expressions. So many things we have learned while working on forms. Here also. But I want you to work on this client side using Bootstrap. Make it more attractive, effective. Okay? Clear? Understood? This is just a theory. In our next session, we will be starting implementing through this retail architecture. So, we'll be just connecting only. Later, we'll be working on creation. Later, we'll be working on creation. Okay. Most of us knows how to eat, but we don't know how to cook. Most of us. But mom knows how to eat, how to cook, how to bring vegetables also. Now mom is a full stack. Dad is not full stack. Mom is full stack. Mom, if requires, can earn also. There are working women. Can go to office, can prepare food, can take care of children, can take care of house. If there is anything beyond full stack, mom is that. Beyond full stack. Whatever. So we wanted to become like that. No. We have a famous, I don't say actor, director. Have you heard about a director called S.V. Krishnareddy? Story, screenplay, music, direction. One or two films he has acted as well. That guy is also full stack. NTR, full stack or non full stack? Perfect. Junior NTR is not full stack. Senior NTR, full stack. He is much beyond that. He is actor. What that too? You might have heard about that movie. Danavira Sura Karna. Krishna is the same guy. Duryodhan is the same guy. Karna is the same guy. As acting part only. Again, story, screenplay, direction, again, producer. That guy is almost equal to 10 people when it comes to that movie. That too, they have finished it within very less time. Hardly in 2-3 months, 45 days or 65 days. That's it. They have finished the 4-hour movie. Just to see the capacity of that man. In a matter of, take it maximum 80 working days. 80 working days. Not even 8 working days, 8 working days after that. In 80 working days, he has created a 4-hour movie. 4-hour movie, not 2.5-hour movie. 2 intervals are there for that movie. In 80 working days, he has created 4-hour movie. That is a big achievement as a director. Yes or no? In 80 days shooting. Within very less budget, he has finished it. That is the greatest achievement as a producer. And he has acted like Duryodhan, like Karna, and the most important 3 characters is played by him. That is a very big achievement as an actor. That's why people say NTR is NTR. It's not just like that. Doing that massive is not a joke. That too, film is succeeded. See, if I have lots of money, lots of time, yes, I can do that. I can produce my own film, like Bhaskar Awards. A hero, heroine, actor, side actor, everything is the same guy. This is not like that, no. Not a point. So you can become a full stack. Good at client, good at database. The beauty of this is everything is JavaScript. You become strong in JavaScript, everything is, but you have to learn SQL also. It's not much complicated. Okay, clear? You just try to research on what is Twitter architecture, what is get, post, put, patch, delete, and all those things. Now next session is we have already started today Twitter architecture. Then now we have learned what is Twitter architecture. Then we'll be working on connections, how to create connections between client and database and all those things. Later we'll start creating one. Okay. This is speed up bit. That the first one. Today I have shown you how to draw Twitter architecture. You will be seeing almost every day, so many times. Because I want you, even in the midnight, 3 o'clock, if I wake you up and ask you what is Twitter architecture, you should be able to answer. That many times I am going to cover, may get more also, but still that's fine. I'm creating theory task only because there is nothing to submit. Uh, rules of research. And one important thing I wanted to tell you yesterday, I met one of our old students. See, the importance of time. You know, he is working already. He's working in BPO sector. He wanted to become a software engineer. He joined PR, and because he wants money, he is working. Because he wants good future, he joined the course. Because his father wants a government job to him, he is working on some government exams, preparing for government exams. Now he tried all the three things at the same time. Succeeded in what? Nothing. All three he was unable to handle. Now he didn't practice it. So he was unable to clear interviews. Yesterday he came to me and met me and said, "What shall I see? If you put your efforts, get result." But he has scattered all his efforts into so many things. Now what he has done, he told to his parents that we are not getting job announcements from government, so I don't want it to continue his government exams. So he will stop preparing for government exams because he tried for some time. He didn't get not good support from government or all these things, and he resigned from this also. He resigned from this. Now he's focusing only on the course. We have recordings. He started focusing on only on this. After course, their course also completed. But there is an advantage, there is a disadvantage of recordings. Advantage is what you can see it 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. You can grasp the concept in depth. The advantage. What is the disadvantage? It is available 24 hours. Whenever you want, you can see. So you keep on postponing. That is the disadvantage. Give you an example. It happens in my case also. For example, I wanted to see. I heard that there is a movie called Pushpa, Allu Arjun movie. There is a movie called Pushpa. I heard that it's a good movie, nice movie, hit movie. When I wanted to see the movie, it was not there in theaters. I was busy during first screening in theaters. So I didn't able to see it. Even I haven't focused on Zaraya. Maybe it's going to come in OTT. I can watch it. They are going to release Pushpa 2 also, but I haven't watched that yet. Because I know anytime I can see it. But if I don't see a movie, I am not going to lose anything. But in your case, that is not movie. That is your career deciding factor. If I neglect the movie, it's okay. You should neglect this. No, if you do it, that definitely affects. That definitely affects. See, if I ask you, are you practicing? What do you say? Do you say no? You say yes. If I ask you, are you practicing 8 to 10 hours per day? Do you say no? You say yes, sir, we are practicing all this. But whether you are practicing or not, preparing or not, you will see the result during interviews. You don't need to prove me anything. Getting my point? At the time of interviews, you will see whether you have prayed. I am not the one who is going to judge you whether it is good or bad. Who is going to judge you? Interviewer is going to judge you. Got my point? So you will come to know whether you are up to the mark or not up to the mark during that time. Once you realize that I am not up to the mark, then you take 3 more months time or 4 more months time is waste of time. Understanding what I am saying? So don't go to that point. Use your time wisely. Use your time wisely. Then you will get a good result. Otherwise, you are not going to get good. All the resources are there with you. That means recordings are there. Manjunadi CEO. Tasks are there. How you use it depending upon. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Make sure you came here for some purpose to achieve something. Make sure you are on that right track. Just passing time. See, imagine in 1 month we'll be finishing this course. After that, what I will do? I'll go for another batch. After that, I'll go for another batch. I cannot wait for you. You also should be like that. By the time we finish the course, you should be able to ready for everything. Of course, I will be there to help you if you need it. Got a point? But make sure you are on track. Make sure you are on track. That is very important. Otherwise, waste of time, waste of resources. 37,000 is the course fee. If you lose the money, you can get it back, not a big deal. If you lose the time, you cannot get it. Time is the most important resource there. No. Understanding what I'm saying? So, use your time wisely, then you will get good result. Otherwise, we have two lists: success list, failure list. Which list you will be according to your understanding what I'm saying? You have seen success videos on YouTube, but there are students whose videos are not there also, who not succeeded also. Why they haven't succeeded? People who have succeeded also the same resources. People who has not succeeded also the same resources. Then where is the difference? Understand? See, this is particularly for Anil. We have a student, AJ. I'm giving a short list. Why? He is working in Wipro, 9 lakhs back right now. But he literally cried before he get the offer because that student studied in Telugu medium. He doesn't know English well. So during the starting of the course, I told him that English is very important. You just focus on that also. But he didn't focus. All his batchmates started getting jobs, and he's there joining. But this guy is technically very strong than many other people. Technically, much stronger than many other people, but he was unable. He struggled a lot. He literally cried so many times. Two things. First thing, he didn't get the job. Is first thing. And another thing is people who are weak than him is getting good salary and good jobs. That gives you some burning sensation. That's why who has to focus on subject, who has to focus on communication, who has to focus on work, And it's not the same question paper for every interview. Everyone's question paper is different for it. Companies may different, questions may different. Understanding what I'm saying? So everyone will have their own set of challenges. You have to overcome. In few days, I'll tell you how to create resume and all these things. But I'm telling you, the most important thing you should have is patience. You will keep on applying it, not coming calls, not coming interviews, not clearing interviews. There are lots of patients still you get. That is also very important. Otherwise, you just try 1 month. No, I didn't get the job. I'll go to Python. Then again, from scratch. Should not be like that. Okay. So that because he has made some mistakes yesterday. I don't want that mistakes done by any of our friends. That's why I'm telling you this. You should learn from success, no doubt, but you should also learn from failures. Understand? Now he has clearly told me yesterday, sir, I have focused on so many things. I used to ask in sessions why you are not doing the tasks. I said, sir, I have worked on my company. Then what can I do? I cannot tell, no, work is not important, this course is important. Can I tell that? No, I cannot tell that. No, that affected me. I told him, balance your time properly. Use your time effectively. But he was unable to do that. Affected. 1 or 2 months he will be getting it, not a big deal. But why that problem? He has to struggle a lot, right?